Good morning, everyone. Appreciate everybody being at our April 11th, 2023 Madison County Fiscal Court meeting. At this time, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Clerk Barger, if you will, please call the roll.
Master Combs?
Here.
Master Lockmuller?
Here.
All right. That's you? Master Hughes?
Here.
Master Botkin?
Present.
Judge Taylor?
Here. At this time, I'd like to invite my friend Tim Lawson up from River of Life Foursquare Church to lead us in a word of prayer. Appreciate you being here today, Tim. It's good to have you back.
Let's pray together. Lord, we're gathered this morning with the words of Apostle Paul strong on our hearts in 1 Timothy chapter 2, where he says that supplications, prayers, and intercessions and thanksgivings be made for all people, for kings and for all who are in high positions, that we may lead a peaceful and quiet life, godly and dignified in every way, because we know this is good and pleasing in your sight, O God. So I first pray for this body of leaders who have been given various capacities as government officials to serve the residents of Madison County. Pray as we listen to reports and review resolutions and make proclamations and receive comments from various departments, that you will supply us with the ability to serve our communities with wisdom and integrity. And I also pray for our community that we'll heed the call of Apostle Paul to pray for them with supplications, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgivings as they make decisions today. Lord, as yesterday's senseless acts of violence in Louisville have shown us all, we are in a more desperate state of need for your power and your presence and your wisdom than we could even begin to understand. So, Lord, I pray you'd grant us to know your ways that are far beyond what our human abilities alone can discover. God, I pray your grace, mercy, and peace would rest on us this morning in this place, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Tim. Sheriff, if you will, lead us in a pledge.
If everyone would please stand and face our flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Thanks, Sheriff. Members of the court, y'all have had a chance to look over our previous meeting minutes. That was on our March the 28th fiscal court meeting. I need a motion and a second to approve.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Treasurer's report is always at our fourth Tuesday, and I think Glenna is probably got caught in construction traffic, so she's coming in right on time. Let's give her a round of applause, everybody. Yep. Glenna, you're up. Don't sit down. Yeah.
Sorry about that. The traffic got us.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're doing construction on I-75.
Wait till lake season.
And which one are we on? Oh, the draft of the.
We are on the distribution of 2023-2024
All right.
draft to the fiscal court members.
Just in time. Hot off the press.
Don't you ever get shook? Did you get that truck turned up back on us?
No, it's
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you let him know that Ron was a big email about?
No, I'll let you. We got to that in the agenda, and I just stopped because I saw you walk by. So
Okay, so this is just a rough draft, and for you all to take home with you and look at, come up with any questions that you have about it. Robin has set up a date for all the department heads to get together. I think it's on April the 18th. Is that correct? Okay.
we've got to work everybody's schedules.
Okay,
in,
we're
so-
going to work in where you all can meet with the department heads and any questions that you have. We will sit down and answer those questions. And then after we have all the discussion, we'll put together a first reading.
Yep. And in this budget, you all see that you've got several years. So you've got what those budget years were to compare to this year. And as also by KRS, we have to give you all a draft budget by May 1st. So
On May 1st, yes.
And by doing it here today, it'll be in the minutes that we've actually given it to you today. So.
And I will also email Robin's going to email a electronic copy out to you all, so that if you would like to look at it electronically. But a lot of people like to mark on them, so I went ahead and printed you all off a copy.
Any questions? Everybody good? All right, thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it. Today, first order of business is we have three proclamations. First one today is recognizing Fair Housing Month, and we have some of our friends here from Fahey, Jerry, right? And if you want, you can make your way up to the mic if you're okay with that. And I'll read the proclamation and we'll present it to you, and you can say a few words if you want to. Okay. Whereas fair housing is a right protected by federal and state laws, and whereas housing discrimination is illegal, and whereas fair housing means persons may freely choose a place to live without regard to race, color, religion, sex, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, or because persons are disabled or have children in the family. And whereas fair housing laws apply to persons viewing or renting an apartment, viewing or purchasing a home, applying for and securing a home loan, or purchasing homeowners or renters insurance. And whereas we recognize the need for community education and awareness of fair housing for all Madison Countyans. Now therefore, I, Reagan Taylor, Madison County Judge Executive, and the Madison County Fiscal Court do hereby proclaim the month of April 2023 as Fair Housing Month.
I'm Jerry Dyer, as a representative of Fahey, that is located here in Berea in Madison County. We are pleased to accept this and pleased to see the support that Madison County offers for fair housing. And we look forward to continuing partnerships and continuing to make housing affordable and accessible to all of the residents of Madison County. I'm Jerry Dyer. I'm the Strategic Programs Manager at Fahey, and we have with us two Associate Project Managers, Jacob Humes and John Brooks.
Next proclamation is recognizing National Arbor Day. Whereas the Commonwealth is graced with diverse forests that extend from the hardwood forests of the east to the cypress slough of the west. And whereas trees are a sustainable resource providing significant environmental, economic, social, and human health benefits to Kentuckians. And whereas over 1/3 of Kentuckians live in a community actively managing their urban forests, spending over $8.2 million on this asset. And whereas Kentucky's forest products are a $13.18 billion green industry employing over 50,000 people. And whereas trees enhance our air quality, purify our water resources, protect our soil, supply a resource of renewable energy, and provide valuable wildlife habitat. And whereas forests improve our health and offer a place of recreation and solace. And whereas trees and healthy forests enhance the quality of life for all Kentuckians, and whereas Kentucky observes Arbor Day the first Friday in April each year, however, National Arbor Day is the last Friday in April. Now, therefore, I, Reagan Taylor, Madison County Judge Executive, and the Madison County Fiscal Court do hereby proclaim April 28th, 2023 as National Arbor Day, and urge all citizens to participate by planting trees to beautify our Commonwealth and to focus attention on our great natural resource, our forests. And today we have my friend and cuz, Mike Park, here as the chairman of our Water Conservation District here in Madison County to accept this proclamation, which I think we're going to have photo ops, and I'll let you explain on our tree planting day.
Yeah, thank you, Reagan. Reagan pretty much said it in the proclamation. We promote forestry because they're beneficial to our economy and also to our environment. And we're going to have a tree planting at Shannon Johnson Elementary, and we'll invite the magistrates and judge down to do when we plant that tree. So we appreciate your support and everybody supporting forestry, because it's a very viable thing. We all love trees. Some people in the spring of the year don't like all the allergies they bring, but they're beautiful and they beautify our state. And, we need to keep promoting them because so many times that they get mowed down to make a nice subdivision or a highway, and if you don't replant them, we're going to be depleting our environment. So we promote this every year.
That's good, and we've participated quite a bit, Mike, in tree planting. We planted a tree, I think, last year out at Kirksville Park, right?
Yes, yes.
And then we've had some local business had a big tree planting last year in Whitehall Park, and we've applied for some grants through KU, I think, a couple years ago, Scott, maybe, where we had a big tree planting, and then we've participated in the state's forestry had given out saplings. I think we did that one year, so several of them are actually growing, so it's good stuff. Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Look forward to spending time with you on the day we plant trees.
Mike, how long you been on the Conservation District?
45 years.
45 years.
I don't look that old.
Nope, you sure don't.
And one thing a lot of people don't realize that the conservation board members are actually elected. They're elected members of Madison County, and so it's not just you get appointed to that. You actually are an elected person to that. So that's how many times Mike's been elected in Madison County. It's good stuff. So appreciate you, Mike. This next proclamation is always a fun proclamation for me and I think as well for the fiscal court. This is recognizing National County Government Month. And I would like for all of our county employees here in a minute to come up and receive this, and we'll all take a picture together with the members of the court. Whereas each year since 1991, the National Association of Counties has encouraged counties across the country to elevate awareness of county responsibilities, programs, and services. And whereas the nation's 3,069 counties, serving more than 330 million Americans, provide essential services to create healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas counties provide services to administer justice, foster economic opportunities, maintain infrastructure, and much more. And whereas Madison County takes pride in our enhancement of the health, education, safety, economic well-being, and quality of life for all citizens in providing public service in efficient and cost-effective ways. And whereas Madison County embraces innovation, diversity, and collaboration in meeting citizen and community needs. And whereas we will recognize all county departments this month and demonstrate how counties thrive, especially in supporting residents and businesses. And whereas we work diligently each day to improve Madison County for every citizen through growth, public safety, infrastructure, and innovation. Now therefore, I, Reagan Taylor, Madison County Judge Executive, and the Madison County Fiscal Court do hereby proclaim the month of April as National County Government Month, and encourage all county officials, employees, schools, and residents to participate in recognizing county government and our employees for serving our citizens and community. So, staff.
Who's gonna take the picture?
Shane.
Well, somebody take it.
Yeah, take a picture there. Jill, you can take a picture.
You got out of it last time.
Mike up here too, he's county government.
Yeah, Mike, you are county government. You're elected. Get in the speech with us. Back up another one.
All right, I'm not the best at this, so I'm gonna take several, okay? You all ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's not any good, y'all gotta get back together.
Photoshop it, man. Wait, right.
Probably fitting, Judge, if we give our county employees a round of applause.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Do you want to speak on behalf of the proclamation?
I'm just prepared. Oh, yeah. No, you're not. Go ahead.
I think he jumped the gun just.
I did too. I was just making sure I
was
you
wondering.
know, I don't want to say something and then be wrong. So if I did a, yeah, that's good. I love it. So first reading of ordinance 2023-02. This is a general fund budget amendment. Sarah, glad to have you up there.
Thanks.
Pull that microphone down.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Ordinance 2023-02, an ordinance relating to the budget amendment of the Madison County General Fund budget. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the administration of the county budget, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has realized unbudgeted receipts, and whereas the county treasurer has reviewed the budget to ensure sound financial practices, now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of the County of Madison, Commonwealth of Kentucky, the general fund budget be amended by $62,315. This ordinance shall become effective on the date of the second reading and adoption.
Thank you, Sarah.
Motion
Appreciate
to
it.
approve ordinance 2023-02, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
We love unbudgeted receipts, don't we?
We do. We do, and just for your all's knowledge, this is the grant that we got for Kenny's poll books. So this is coming from DLG, I think, that funded.
Coming from DLG, but it was appropriated last session.
Yeah. Yep. So he'll be purchasing. Well, we actually
50, we've got them, yep.
You already got them. Yeah. So just FYI for you all to know what it's for. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? This is a first reading of an ordinance. We will have the second reading at our next fiscal court meeting. For anybody any citizen that would like to make a public comment, please feel free to email the comment to comments@madisoncountyky.us. A copy of this ordinance will be available on our website at www.madisoncountyky.us under the Transparency tab. And you're always welcome to come to the public hearing, which will be the second reading, which will be our next fiscal court meeting. Thank you. Now, Chris.
No.
No?
I think we got
I don't have any votes yet.
Oh, call the roll. Sorry.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Now, Resolution 2023-35. This is a Estill County, Madison County Fiscal Court Microwave Path MOU.
I was
Chris.
so excited to read this that got ahead of myself. Yeah. Exactly. Resolution 2023-35, a resolution approving a memorandum of understanding between the Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky, the Estill County Fiscal Court, Kentucky for the Madison Estill County's Microwave Path. Whereas Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky and Estill County Fiscal Court, Kentucky wish to enter into an MOU to support the Lex Road Red River Microwave Path for Madison and Estill counties. And whereas it is imperative for both counties to work together in support of the LLRR Microwave Path to aid both counties in their mission for public safety in Madison and Estill counties. And whereas Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky and Estill County Fiscal Court, Kentucky do hereby agree to the terms set forth in the MOU, which is attached here to this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve to enter into this MOU and authorizes the Judge Executive and or his designee to execute same on behalf of the county. It's a lot of Kentucky.
Thank you, Chris. Y'all heard Resolution 2023-35. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
So I just want to say, Chris, thank you for the attachment there and cleaning that document up. That last one was a disaster, but I appreciate you straightening that out. Thank you. It's much better.
Absolutely. Any questions? Pretty self-explanatory.
It is, yeah. It's a good opportunity for future.
Absolutely. We appreciate Estill County for putting that back in. It did come off the books, and then we requested to have that added back in, and that's being paid for with CSUB dollars from Estill County being put up. So it's a long-term connection to them for us for other opportunities. So certainly appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next is a Kentucky Transportation Cabinet update. We have Casey Smith here, Section Supervisor. Hi, Casey.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah. Shane.
Thank you, Judge.
Clyde, you
Yeah.
want to introduce everybody, Casey?
Yeah. Well, my name's Casey Smith. I'm with the Transportation Cabinet's District 7 office out in Lexington. We're here with the, I believe entourage is the word that you used, Judge, earlier. So,
That's right.
we got Clyde Newcomer, who's with us. He's out of the Richmond section office, who covers the Madison and Garrett County area. As well as Shane Tucker, who really does not need much introduction around these parts, but he is out of the District 7 office in planning, as well as Preston McDowell, who works with Clyde over at the Madison County section. So today I'm here to talk about the rural secondary program, and if a lot of you are probably familiar with the program, it is an allocation of 22.2% of the motor fuel tax that is dedicated toward the use for county road aid or the rural secondary routes, the state rural secondary routes throughout our state. These routes are more of our sub-regional significant routes where they're primarily just collectors as well as access roads, old farm-to-market roads throughout our state. The 22.2% of the motor fuel tax is divided amongst the different counties for the rural secondary program in a FIS formula manner. And what that does is that 1/5 of the total funds is an even distribution amongst all 120 counties in our state, as well as another 1/5 going toward rural land area, rural lane mileage, as well as rural population. So it's a formula that they also use for the county road aid fund. They use the FIS formula for that, which I believe we're going to be looking at the agreements for the county road aid fund a little bit later. But this is a separate program. This is for the rural secondary program, which are dedicated toward the state rural secondary routes. Now, before I get too deep into this and describing the funding and stuff, does everybody have a copy on your tablets with the form? In Madison County, we have about 122.2 miles worth of rural secondary routes within Madison County. If you go on to the next page, which shows the map, those are the routes that are highlighted in yellow. They're generally 4-digit number state routes. However, they don't always have to be that way, but they are the ones that are identified in yellow. You'll notice that there's a lot of circles also on the map, and the blue circles indicate the routes that we were able to do some form of maintenance work or resurfacing work within the past 12 fiscal years. Generally, we like to try to hit all of our roadways within a 12-year period, and this is really a representation of how much we were able to cover in that time. You'll notice over in the extreme western portions of Madison County, there are sections of roadway that we have not been able to address from a resurfacing matter in order to extend the life of our pavement, but it gives you an idea of the spread of the projects that we had throughout the county. There's also orange circles and green circles on the map, and those are the recommendations that we have for the rural secondary program for fiscal year 24. And going to the back to the first page, you'll see for fiscal year 24 column, we have different numbers on here. Below the fiscal year 24 heading, you'll see a flex percentage, which is a share of the rural secondary funds that we could share with the county to address the county roadway maintenance needs, mostly doing resurfacing. It is based on the maintenance rating of our state roads, and the share is 20%, which means that the county received a level score B on our maintenance rating for our roadways. So that's what the 20% factor is for. Now, below that are the estimates based on the time that we've published this document. The numbers that you see, the RSCR Bitmus Resurfacing Flex Funds, as well as the balance of RS projects, those were the estimates that we had for fiscal year 24. Now, a little bit, I believe it's late last week, I believe those official numbers were just released and sent over to the counties, and I could go over those numbers. So for the RSCR Bitmus Resurfacing Flex Funds, those would be the funding that could be applied toward county roadways. The actual number came out to $339,704. The balance for RS funds, the line underneath that, those are the dollars that have to be used on a rural secondary route. Before we had estimated 757,000. Now is it's actually 845,936. So we have noticed a little bit of an increase, as well as a little bit of underrunning that we've experienced from last year, which transfers over to the next year. Any dollars that are not used in one year moves forward to the next, giving us a total of 1,163,582. Now, below those numbers, you'll see fiscal years 22 and fiscal years 23. Those are the authorized projects. Fiscal year 22, Cowley's Road, Estill Street, and Crooksville Road, those have already been completed and have been, as has already been done. But the ones down in fiscal year 23, we had 3 recommendations that were authorized. We have a portion of Charlie Norris Road from Moberly Road to 4 Mile. Kirksville Road from Spurlock out to Barnes Mill Road, as well as some ditching and shouldering on Whitlock Road from the beginning at Kentucky 169 going out to Baldwin Road. Those projects have started currently. They're doing a little bit of prep work. They haven't done any of the resurfacing quite yet, but they have, the contractor has begun work on those 3 sections of roadway. So that leads us down to the Orange Diamond Project, fiscal year 24 recommended projects, and these were the ones that we discussed with Judge Taylor at a previous meeting. And we do have 4 recommendations. One of them is on Kentucky 499 Crooksville Road from US 421 out to Muddy Creek Road. It is a longer section of roadway with a very low estimate because the intent was to take care of some of the rock shouldering and doing some chip seal work along that section. This section of Kentucky 499 runs along the southern boundary of the Army Depot. Oh, okay, and it's actually the same section that was taken care of in fiscal year 22. Yeah, that's what. So. Okay. The next recommendation we have is Kentucky 1984 Maple Grove Road, a 2-mile section beginning over at the beginning at Newby Road and continuing for 2 miles before the Tates Creek intersection over in western Madison County. We also have a section of Kentucky 977, which is College Hill Road, just out in eastern Madison County, which begins out at Kentucky 52 and continuing up to Oakley Wells Road. And our 4th recommendation is Kentucky 876 Barnes Mill Road, coming out near Redwood Drive out toward Crutcher Pike. That was a little amendment that we had to do on that recommendation. But this is all done west of I-75. So those are the recommendations that we have for the Orange Diamond projects. That's the general RS funds that have to be applied to a state rural secondary road. And then we also have the Flex Fund recommendations. And what the Flex Fund, how the Flex Fund works is that if a county elects to use their Flex Funds over to a state-maintained roadway, we always like to offer some recommendation on how to use it if the county so chooses to. However, that $339,704 is really up for the county's discretion on whether to address their county roads or apply it to a state roadway. Last year we had 6 counties that elected to do so, to use the flex dollars of the flex dollars onto a state maintained roadway, which is about half of what we have in District 7. But in any case, the 2 recommendations we have are actually on Charlie Norris Road. There's a couple sections that we are trying to tie into from the portion that we are taking care of in fiscal year 23. And what we have here is Charlie Norris Road from Kentucky 52 up to Moberly Road for 0.863 miles. And then going even further north of that, Charlie Norris Road for 1.425 miles beginning at 4 Mile Road up to Kentucky 1986. So out of this, the state is asking for 2 motions from the fiscal court. One is the approval of the Orange Diamond projects, and the second motion of whether or not to apply the flex funds onto a state-maintained roadway, which the recommendations is Charlie Norris Road.
Thank you, Casey. Casey, what will you do with the additional almost 95,000, 96,000 of the recommended RS projects for fiscal year 24?
I mean, it could be used for other projects. We do have a pot of money which is called maintenance and traffic, so it could deal with like smaller maintenance projects, not necessarily like resurfacing type projects. It could be used for that. However, a lot of times it would just move forward onto the next fiscal year. It depends on the needs, really. Oh, that's correct. Yeah, as Clyde was mentioning, the numbers that we're showing here, that 750,000 of the Orange Diamond projects, they are estimates as well. We really do not know what those are going to be until it's bid. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Master Bakken, he's been having a lot of conversations over the years at Crooksville Road and 25, there by Kaler's Marina. It's a very dangerous intersection. There's a lot of wrecks there. And we tried to get, caution lights there, just something there that brings awareness, because you're coming down a hill both ways. It's a pretty long, straight stretch.
Guardrail gets hit all the time.
Yeah, it does. And so, just a thought, idea, we got some extra money here. Would that be a place that you could potentially put that money into to get something that is a safety issue on a state route? I know actual 25 is not a RS route, but Crooksville is. 499 is.
Yeah, the whatever is applied has to be along the actual RS route. So, but I think the issues as far as safety could be addressed with other funding resources, such as highway safety improvement. Looking at those funding resources to take care of those matters.
Bring that up to Natalia and stuff.
Yeah, and we could bring that up to our traffic engineers in Tally McMillan. We could bring that up to them to see if there's any improvements they could do for that,
Be awesome.
as far as signage or some sort of beacon or something. Yeah.
You mentioned these rural secondary roads of farm to market. What was the original design? Well, here's the situation. We got this app harvest out there on 374, and that's a whole different level of farm to market, because I understand there's tractor trailers try to come down 374 and turn on 499 Crooksville Road. Well, it's all two pickup trucks can do to pass on that road, let alone tractor trailers. And we need to discourage tractor trailers from going that route. They need to stay on 374 and go back to 52.
Go up to 52, yeah.
I mean, y'all.
Some additional signage there too, possibly, but
Yeah, Billy Ray, we had that discussion probably 2 or 3 years ago, and we actually have a project that we had requested to be funded to widen Speedville Road all the way to 421. I mean, ultimately.
Yeah.
And
there's no shoulders on that Crooksville Road. That's you're running the narrow. We call it running the.
We're looking at adding shoulders.
Yeah.
This next year's.
Yeah, that would be the first recommendation.
School out there too.
Yeah, the school board is, yeah.
But something like a major widening, that would be more of a capital improvement type project, which is something that we would try to budget in within a 6-year highway plan, which is something that we're working on for 2024, actually. And we did have discussions about Speedwell Road, with that part of us. We did that minor widening not too long ago, maybe last year or two. It was during COVID time, so it was all blurred to me. But, we did a little bit of widening there, but we actually brought that project back up and live for consideration on the next highway plan. See what improvements, more substantial improvements that could be done in order to address the truck traffic from App Harvest. But these rural secondary roadways too is also a very live designation. It could change. It doesn't have to be rural secondary, and it really depends on the land use of that area.
All right. Any questions for the State Transportation Cabinet team? All right.
You guys appreciate your recommendation. I value your recommendations.
Thank you.
Scott, you want to read the resolution, please? I think that's how we've got this lined out.
Resolution 2023-36, a resolution for the Madison County Fiscal Court to vote on the recommended uses of FY 2024 Rural Secondary Program funding. Whereas the Rural Secondary Program was established as a mechanism of funding for roads classified as rural secondary under the state primary road system, and whereas each fiscal year funds are allocated to the Rural Secondary Program as authorized in Kentucky Revised Statute Section 177.320 through 177.360, and whereas these statutes delineate that the funds shall be used for construction, reconstruction, and maintenance of secondary and rural roads in each county. And whereas the roads being recommended for the 2024 fiscal year are Kentucky 499 Crooksville Road, Kentucky 1984 Maple Grove Road, Kentucky 977 College Hill Road, and Kentucky 876 Barnes Mill Road. And whereas the road being recommended for the use of flex funds for the 2024 fiscal year is Kentucky 374 Charlie Norris Road, total 2.288 miles, $280,000. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court wishes to vote as follows. 1. Does the Fiscal Court accept the recommended routes for the use of the FY 2024 rural secondary funding? 2. Does the Fiscal Court wish to apply flex funds to a state-maintained roadway? Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this resolution and authorizes the Judge Executive and/or his designee to execute same on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Before I get a motion second, I just want to make it clear which is a yes and which is a no. And so I'll just make a recommendation to the court. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court wishes to vote as follows. Does the Fiscal Court accept the recommended routes for the use of the FY 2024 rural secondary funding? My answer would be yes. So I'm going to check that yes on the resolution. And then the second one would be, does the Fiscal Court wish to apply flex funds to a state-maintained roadway? I'm going to recommend no. That way that we would use those flex funds, that $339,000 they were talking about, would be used for our county routes that you all get to talk with Scott and work through.
Okay.
So that would be my recommendation. If you all would agree with that recommendation, then I would need a motion and a second for Resolution 2023-36.
Motion to approve Resolution 2023-36 as presented to us, with a yes on the rural secondary and a no on the flex fund.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, call the roll.
Master Buchan,
Yes.
Master Combs,
Yes.
Master Lockmuller,
Yes.
Master Hughes,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Casey, do y'all want to take this with you?
I'm sorry?
You want to take this sheet with you, or you want us to email it to you?
I can take it if you have a copy for yourself, I can.
I don't have a copy for myself, but you can walk over to the clerk's office and make one.
Okay, well, that's all right. We can do it by email. That's
All right.
all. That works.
Sounds good. I'll
All right.
send it to you in an email.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you, Jim.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
you.
Appreciate you. All right, next, Resolution 2023-37. That's our county road aid agreement. Scott, good morning again.
Resolution 2023-37, a resolution adopting and approving the execution of a county road aid co-op program contract between the Madison County Fiscal Court and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Rural and Municipal Aid for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2023, as provided in the Kentucky Revised Statute, and accepting all roads and streets referenced to therein as being a part of the county road system. Whereas the Fiscal Court does hereby accept all roads and streets referred to in the said contract as being a part of the county road system, and whereas the Fiscal Court does hereby ratify and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said contract, and does hereby accept said contract, and by such acceptance agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated, which is attached hereto this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this resolution and authorizes the Judge Executive and/or his designee to execute same on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Scott. Y'all have heard Resolution 2023-37. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Just to let you all know that this year's amount for our county road aid funds, which is paid through the fuels tax, is $1.598558.72 million. So $1,598,558.72. Now we do participate in the emergency fund program, which the state holds 3% of that amount of money back for when we have a slide. then we can apply for that. It's kind of like an insurance program is what it is. But they hold back 3% of that, so we actually get, Glenna, I think it's 60% we'll get at the first of the year, August. Then we get, and then you get 10% at the end of the fiscal year once they calculate all the fuels tax funds to see where it lands. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any questions? All right, hearing none, call the roll.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lightmiller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thanks,
you all.
Scott. Appreciate you. Next, Resolution 2023-38. This is Bluegrass Chemical Activity, Bluegrass Army Depot MOU. Chief.
Good morning.
Good morning, buddy.
Resolution 2023-38, a resolution approving signature of the updated memorandum of understanding between Bluegrass Chemical Activity, Bluegrass Army Depot, Assembled Chemical Weapons Alternatives, and Madison County, Kentucky, whereas the Madison County Emergency Management Agency participates in the CSEP program, and whereas the Madison County EMA CSEP program works closely with the Bluegrass Army Depot and the Bluegrass Chemical Activity to provide alert and warning from a chemical release at the Bluegrass Chemical Activity, and whereas the Madison County EMA CSEP program has a memorandum of understanding with the above-mentioned entities to provide guidance for response in the unlikely event of a chemical release from the Bluegrass Chemical Activity. Now therefore it be resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve to enter into this agreement and authorize the judge executive and/or his designee to execute the same on the behalf of the county.
Motion approved resolution 2023-38, Judge.
A second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any comments? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Lightmiller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Next, Resolution 2023-39, Scott's Outreach Food Distribution Center Grant Agreement Modification. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. Resolution 2023-39, a resolution authorizing a modification to grant agreement number 20C-174 between the Commonwealth of Kentucky Department for Local Government and Madison County for the Madison County God's Outreach Food Distribution Center project. Whereas Madison County has been awarded Community Development Block Grant funds from the Commonwealth of Kentucky in the amount of $1 million, and whereas the scope of service includes acquisition of an approximately 2-acre lot and construction of a building for a food distribution center in Richmond, Madison County, Kentucky, and whereas the reason for the modification is a time and balance extension only with no increase or decrease in funds. This modification will extend the contract date from June 30th, 2023 to December 31st, 2024 to allow time for the project completion. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this resolution and authorizes the judge executive and/or his designee to execute same on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Sarah. You've heard Resolution 2023-39.
Make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-39, Judge.
Second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lightmiller?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you. Next, Resolution 2023-40. This is a BGAD Madison County Fire Department Mutual Aid Agreement. Chief.
Resolution 2023-40, a resolution authorizing signature of the MOU agreement between the Secretary of the Army and the Madison County, Kentucky to secure mutual aid fire service. Whereas the Secretary of the Army and Madison County, Kentucky wish to enter into a MOU to secure mutual aid fire service, and whereas the Madison County Fire Department and the Bluegrass Army Depot Fire Department wish to secure for each the benefits of mutual aid and fire prevention, the protection of life and property from fire and firefighting. And whereas each party has the power, control, and responsibility to provide fire and rescue services within their respective boundaries. And whereas both parties do hereby agree to the terms set forth in the attached MOU. Now therefore it be resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve to enter into this agreement and authorize the judge executive and/or his designee to execute the same on the behalf of the county.
Thank you, Chief. You all heard Resolution 2023-40. What's the pleasure of the court?
Make a motion. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Good. I do want to say I appreciate these partnerships. I mean, it's good to have these partnerships with other community partners, other community agencies, and I value our relationship, Chief, your all's relationship with them. I know they help us quite a bit. We help them too.
Yep.
And so it's a good thing. And as some of the new magistrates, this time of year, we're renewing a lot of these MOUs and things like that because they typically go for a year. So, all right, no discussion. Call the roll.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes, thanks, Chief. Let's see. Next is Resolution 2023-41, the CSEP reimbursement for 911 dispatchers. Morgan, good
Yes,
morning.
Good morning. Resolution 2023-41, a resolution for Madison County Fiscal Court approving reimbursements from CSEP for 911 dispatchers to comply with Kentucky Emergency Management and Federal Emergency Management Agency standard operating procedures. Whereas, in order to comply with Kentucky EM and FEMA standard operating procedures, the Madison County Fiscal Court must pass a resolution to ensure CSEP reimbursement for the E911 dispatchers providing Emergency Operations Center coverage. And whereas this has already been approved by the E911 Board of Directors, now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this resolution and authorizes the Judge Executive and/or his designee to execute same on behalf of the county.
Motion approved resolution 2023-41, Judge.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Brian. All right, any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah, I will just say this is a really great opportunity as we start losing employees with CSEP program ending through attrition. This will assure that our community still has coverage by using employees that we currently have with 911. So really good opportunity to have some cross-training. Yeah. Oh, and getting reimbursement. That's a big piece too.
Yeah, that's probably the best part for this bunch right here is that we're getting reimbursed for some of that, yeah. And for the city of Richmond, city of Berea, because, you know, they share, we call sharing 911 together, so it's a good opportunity. All right. No other conversation or discussion. Call the roll.
Oh, my gosh, sorry.
Did we already
We
do?
already did. I was about to say,
I guess so. Those comments were after. Those comments were after comments. I got you. All right. Sorry.
Don't confuse him now.
Sorry. I was just saying.
Been rough today.
I was just saying how Kenny was going to handle that down there. Yeah.
That had hung
Yeah.
it up over.
Yeah.
State boards called a meeting they called it at 10 o'clock for 11:30 Zoom meeting. So I'm trying to get somebody on mine to get going with it.
You're all right, buddy.
Yeah.
I love
We
you.
thought you were watching
I love you.
Netflix.
Next, Resolution 2023-41, CSEP Resolution 2023-42, Madison County Ethics Board appointment. Jill.
Good morning. A resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Ethics Board. Whereas Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Ethics Board members, and whereas the Madison County Ethics Board members has a vacant board member position, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Shannon Pennington as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Ethics Board. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Shannon Pennington as a Madison County Ethics Board member.
Motion approved resolution 2023-42, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I just want to say I want to thank Mr. Pennington. I called and spoke to him about being a member of the Ethics Board, and he gladly and willingly accepted that. And so we certainly appreciate his upcoming service and his willingness to serve the county.
Thanks, Tom. Any other comments? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next, Resolution 2023-43. Jill.
This is a resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Ethics Board. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Ethics Board members, and whereas the Madison County Ethics Board has a vacant board member position, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Phyllis Adams as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Ethics Board. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Phyllis Adams as a Madison County Ethics Board member.
You've heard Resolution 2023-43. Do I have a motion second?
Make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call.
Again, Judge, just quickly, Phyllis does a lot of things for the county. She's on ASAP board and other different programs, and we appreciate her willingness to serve on this as well.
She is a true example of somebody that puts service above self. There's no question. So, call the roll.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thank you all. Next, Resolution 2023-44. This is MWM Consulting LLC Economic Development Services.
This is a resolution to approve a professional services agreement between Madison County Fiscal Court and MWM Consulting LLC. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court wishes to enter into a professional services agreement with MWM Consulting. Whereas economic development and the creation of jobs is a priority for Madison County. And whereas Madison County has been pleased with the economic development analysis and wishes to continue to use MWM Consulting to execute economic development opportunities, including but not limited to Product Development Initiative, or PDI, funding. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this resolution and authorizes the Judge Executive and/or his designee to negotiate and execute contracts on behalf of the county.
Motion approved resolution 2023-44, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I feel like we've been, I'm sorry, Billy Ray.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like that we've been pretty satisfied with their service in the past to the county, and I look forward to working with them in the future.
Yep, do too.
The nature of this agreement, is this like a year, or is it on a at-will agreement, month to month?
It will be. I mean, their fee right now helping us determine kind of next steps would be a month to month.
Yeah.
There's no expiration date on here, but obviously we as a court, we're not going to let it just keep going without needing their services.
Okay.
And so it's a good opportunity. Their company, Lucas's company, also provides this service to the city of Berea. And so there's some opportunities there that we're in meetings together on, and so really looking forward to what we can bring back to the court.
He's also involved with the Bluegrass Armory Depot project
right.
too, so I know he's pretty connected.
Yes, very much so. Yep. It's a good opportunity. Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thank you all very much. Thanks, Jill. Next is Judge's report. I do have a few announcements. Whitehall Park will be stocked with 1,200 catfish today. So anybody that is interested in going fishing, I don't know how long it takes for one of those catfish, Sheriff, to grow. I don't know what size they are when they put them in, but I'm sure that they'll be good for somebody to catch here in the next few months. Madison County Animal Shelter will be hosting their first spring vendor and adoption event on Saturday, April 15th at EKU's Alumni Coliseum's parking lot from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They will have dogs on site for adoption, as well as food trucks, craft vendors, and informational booths. They will also be accepting donations. So again, anybody interested in participating or helping, I'm sure a lot of our team will be there, and some of our other people that don't work at the animal shelter but work for the county will be there to probably volunteer to help as well. I know we've done those events in the past, and a lot of support for our animal shelter. But again, April 15th at EKU's Alumni Coliseum parking lot from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., which I guess will be this coming Saturday, right? CASA's Berea pinwheel planting will be Wednesday, April the 12th, so that'll be tomorrow. It'll be here at the Berea City Hall from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. CASA is a court-appointed special advocates. It's an organization that helps the young children and kids in the court system. And we had the Richmond pinwheel planting yesterday in front of the Hall of Justice on Main Street in Richmond. And so tomorrow is Berea from 4 to 6. Public hearing will be held at 1 p.m. on Thursday, which will be this coming Thursday, April 13th, 2023, at the Joint Information Center. It's the JIC in Richmond. It's out off Keeneland Drive. The hearing is for an entertainment permit application from Beast of the East, LLC, DBA Richmond Raceway. Anyone is welcome to attend. Again, this is an entertainment permit for the Richmond Raceway. Beast of the East, LLC is the name of the business. Anyone is welcome to attend. Again, that's April 13th at 1 p.m. at the Joint Information Center off Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Ignite South is hosting a spring showcase Thursday, April 13th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 123 Fairstown Industrial Drive in Berea. Again, Ignite South is hosting a spring showcase. Baptist Health Richmond's State of Healthcare address will be Monday, April 17th at noon. It'll be this coming Monday at noon at EKU's Perkins Building. For more information, please contact Richmond Chamber at 623-1720. Again, 623-1720. Berea Chamber Spring Golf Scramble will be April 21st at Berea Golf Club. Contact Berea Chamber of Commerce for registrations or more information. And then lastly, the Bourbon Boots and Barbecue Derby Eve Party will be May 5th at 6 p.m. at Churchill in Berea. Contact Hospice Care Plus at 986-1500 for more information. Hospice does a lot of great work in Madison County, and this is a fundraiser for them. So anybody that can attend, it is a good event. Been in years past. All right, that's all I have. Comments from magistrates. Brian.
Judge, I think this meeting went a little bit better than the one in Richmond. I think it's because we're in Berea today. Everybody's in a better mood, so glad to see it. I appreciate everybody's service to the county and what they do. We had a successful spring cleanup in Bobtown area. We filled 3 big hoppers full of trash that would normally end up in the ditch or somewhere like that. Just a reminder to people, the county has programs to take in metal and electronic devices, and the county uses this to support programs like this. So I noticed there was a lot of metal and stuff in the hoppers. So be mindful of that. You can make good money on recycled products. So just be mindful of that, and just be mindful of your environment. Take care of our community, and this is where we live, and let's keep it nice. Judge, other than that, glad to be here.
Glad you're here, buddy. Steve.
Well, I'm glad to be here too. It took me a little while this morning. I didn't look at my calendar, but I got here on time. I beat some people. I knew when I arrived at Richmond City Hall and Rob Meinrich was up there speaking to a group of people that I was in the wrong spot. But that's all right. Judge, I just got a couple things on Valley View. One is that we look to paint the ferry here shortly and hopefully get it back in the water. Hopefully the Kentucky River will cooperate within the next 3 weeks. We don't have a date defined yet, but that's coming up. And then the other thing is I want to thank Chris for his work. We're not anywhere near finished yet, but we're putting a network, I think I've mentioned it before, together down at Valley View to try to help us with our communications and our safety and everything down there. And I just wanted to give Chris a kudos for him taking the lead on that, and wanted to thank him for that. And maybe we'll get to the end someday, but that's no reason for you to think that I'm pushing you, Chris. And I'm much like Brian. I'm just happy to be here, to quote Billy Ray.
Glad you're here. Billy Ray?
All is well.
Good. Tom?
Just a couple things, Judge. First, to go along with Magistrate Combs over there, the folks are out now with our trash pickup program, so organizations can contact the road department, and they can, if they need to raise some funds, they can be paid to pick up a mile or some portion. You can work that out with Scott of trash from the roadways. Given that, just please be careful. Those folks will be vested up, but a lot of those programs are by high school kids and basketball teams and different things, and so just be careful, because they're subject to do anything at any time. The only other thing I've got is everybody I've seen, especially if you've come down 75 north or south from Duncan to Rock Castle, is the repaving is well underway. They've gotten the shoulders widened and have moved the lanes over. They are going to be milling all of the blacktop up and resurfacing with 3 inches of new blacktop, which hasn't been done in a long time, Judge. That program will also be going through September. So, you know, we've got summer coming up and vacations and the Navy from the north, and we'll be coming down. So please be careful around there. If you don't have to be on 75, don't. There's lots of ways to get to Richmond and Berea without getting on 75. I highly recommend those. And that's it for me, Judge. If anyone needs me, they can reach me at 200-9765.
Is that a number they can reach you on the highway too if they're,
They
you know,
can reach
frustrated?
me Day, night, 24/7, 365.
Thanks, Tom. Brooke?
I don't have anything, Judge.
Yeah, thank you. Kenny?
Yes, sir. I want to go over I'll have a more detailed report next court meeting, but over our office, we opened up to the public this morning on 321 North Madison Avenue, and that will be our location from now on. We're open and we're taking care of folks. It's going, but it's not going smoothly. Somebody realized this morning that we didn't move any copy paper. We had computers and printers and everything, but we didn't have any paper in them. So it's going. We'll continue to make it better and better and better as we go. It's due to all of us. But I got two things I really want to hit on. One was our deputy clerks. My deputy clerks did an excellent job. They have plenty of questions. They've had plenty, and they keep asking, but there've been nobody complain one time about this doesn't work, I don't want to do this. Packed up all their own stuff. Fellas from the jail and I and deputy jailer have been hauling for a week and a half, moving books and things, but the deputy clerks have been awesome. I say this all the time, I couldn't ask for a better group of people to work with, and I'm really proud of them, and they're hanging in there, and they know, they got faith. We're gonna work it out. If it's not working, we're gonna find a way around it. Second thing I want to bring up was the gentleman from the jail that I want to thank Jailer Tussey for allowing me to use those guys and you guys, because these are the fellows that pick up trash on the side of the road, so they haven't been out for a few days. Deputy Griffin Webster, Billy Joe Brenniger, Jeremy L. Silvers, and Charles Joseph Carroll. And I think it was Charles that got out about 2 o'clock yesterday, so we're going to get a replacement for him. But these gentlemen have worked as hard as anybody I've ever worked with that was getting paid a wage. And they have saved the county, I'm guessing so far, about $10,000 if we just hired somebody to come in and move these books. We've moved 2,200 books so far, and we're not done yet. That's one thing about moving our office. We got, computers and that kind of thing, but those books, 2.5, 3 pounds a piece, 2,200 of them, it's a job. And they have
And the
laid in there.
shelving.
And the shelving, yeah.
It's probably a bigger job than the books.
Yep. So I can't thank them enough. I told them I was going to mention in court, and they had a whole list of things that they wanted me talking about in court, and I explained, no, it's not that kind of court. So, but they're great guys, hard workers, and I really, really appreciate them. And I want folks to understand. I mean, some folks say, they all be out working, they all be out doing this. Well, these guys are, and they're tickled to death to do it. And if you buy them lunch at stockyards, they'll work even harder.
Yeah.
One of them said, what do you want to eat today? He said, as long as it's not roast turkey and salami, I don't care. So I just want to thank them, and thank you all. Thank you especially, Judge, for getting the building up and going. But we are out of the courthouse. There is no reason for anybody in Madison County to go to the courthouse for anything. There's nobody there. We're going to get it signed a whole lot better with directions of where we are and all that. But 321 North Madison, I finally got to telling people yesterday, North Madison Avenue is where Madison Gardens is. So just keep driving away from Main Street and you'll find us.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
That's good.
Kenny, I wanted to commend you. Tom and I were down there 2 weeks ago, and y'all have done a great job. I know you've worked your tails off.
We have.
Thank Assistant Superintendent Reagan Taylor and others, but under the circumstances, thank you so much for your service on that. That's great.
Thank you. I mean, if it was easy, anybody could do it. So, and we got election coming up, and meetings called an hour and a half before. We'll get there.
Yeah, and we'll bring a report back to the court once everything kind of dies down.
There's nobody that's done what we've done here and had the shortest, day and a half of closure for the cost. put against anybody in the United States to get that done. But that's what we do. That's why we're here.
There's one more thing I'd just like to say. First, I want to thank you, Kenny, for the work that's been done down there. As he said, we went down and looked at it. It's a great area. We know you personally done a lot of work down there, and everybody's got it up and running. We certainly appreciate all that, and our citizens appreciate that. Judge, I just want to remind folks, I was asked this just the other day, that just a few years ago, if you remember, we purchased the Chase building for $750,000, our fiscal court did, and I'm just going to tell you right now, we got raked over the coal for it. And I can remember it vividly. However, today, with Kenny out and with the courts having moved into the Chase building, by the way, paying $1.5 million to renovate that building, no cost from local tax dollars. And now that they're out, the renovation of the courthouse will begin, which is a $12+ million project, again, with no direct funds from our local tax dollars. So we appreciate everybody's work on there. We appreciate AOC and their willingness to help us out at the courthouse. And it's been a good project, and it will be a good project.
Yeah.
I forgot to. Jim Barnhart, and I don't know what his acronyms are, second in charge at the Commonwealth Office of Technology. I asked favors to get our internet pieces moved on Friday versus Monday so we could hook computers up and make sure they work instead of, boy, I hope it's, he pulled strings and always comes through for me when I call him. And the other group, they get more grief than praise from me, there's no doubt about it, but Chris Israel and Ryan worked late last night. I'd say Ryan is, bless his heart, Ryan is trapped in a room with all my deputy clerks, and their stuff's not working. And he's probably about to lose his mind. So
it's good for him.
Yeah. Oh, he needs to practice on being nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's getting it today, full force. But thank you all very much for getting us done. We couldn't, I mean, that's the thing. I felt like I've been running from a bear for about a month, but everybody's helped, everybody's pitched in, and we've got it all done together.
Yeah, it's good. It looks great down there. It really does. It's good. Sheriff, you think?
Well, I really don't have a lot to say, but other than that, I'd like for our community to keep in mind the tragedy that occurred yesterday in Louisville. Those police officers responded. They've been catching a lot of heat for the last 2 years over some of the civil unrest that's been going on there. But they saved many lives yesterday, and just prayers go out for the victims and the families and those police officers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. All right. Comments from department heads? Anybody? Comments from the audience? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Dr. Judy Keith. I live on South Dogwood Drive near Dave Eden Road where it connects. I've been picking up trash out there for 5 years. It's just one of my personal vendettas. I can tell a difference in the people who travel from Garrett County and the people who travel from Flat Gap Road. I really would like to have those prisoners come out and clean up that Flat Gap Road. And 21 going down toward Big Hill is a disgrace. It really is. And I heard a complaint this morning about Peggy Flats. So I appreciate what's being done, but it's our side roads and it's our attitude of citizens who just throw it out the window and they don't care. I'd love to see more signage up. And if you can't find them, make them pick it up, please. Thank you so much.
Would you, Dr. Keith, if you don't mind, would you say those roads again? So
Yes,
Flat
sir.
Gap?
Yes, sir. Flat Gap Road. I can tell a difference when I pick up the trash. I come down South Dogwood and I go several miles. I've got one neighbor that's willing to help me. 21 going down toward Big Hill after you pass Indian Fort Theater, it is a disgrace. And then someone complained to me this morning on Facebook about Peggy Flats Road, especially where they're doing that construction. And I'm grateful to hear that we have grants and nonprofits willing to pick it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
25, Judge, too, from Duncannon going north back into Richmond, where the construction area is, there's a lot of stuff on the roads there, too.
Is that where they're doing the construction?
Yeah, it's mostly just debris, things that's blowed around.
Okay. Brian, do you want to say
No,
something?
I was just thanking Dr. Keith for coming in
Okay.
today. I know she's been out. I've talked with her, and she's been out doing what citizens should do.
Yeah.
You know, taking care of their community, and we appreciate that.
It's healthy too, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I got a thank you yesterday from a lady. Stopped. It does help, but only for about a month.
Yeah.
Right back out there.
Do we have any Facebook comments, questions? No, we're good. All right. Next is pay the claims and approve the transfers. I need a motion and a second, please.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmiller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Buckin?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next meeting will be April the 25th, 2023 in Richmond. Remember, that'll be at Richmond City Hall. Richmond City Hall, April 25th, 2023, 9:30 a.m. I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Call the roll.
Master Lockmiller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Buckin?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes.
Good meeting, Judge.